Start Apache server. Database server. All right. Then the second version of the sample project. So I will upload the code after the class. I added JQ. So university added data JQ. JQ means jQuery. So many JavaScript functions I convert to the jQuery version. Yeah. So other than that, I also give you this disp transcript. Yeah. So this PHP processing file. So we do the data processing for the transcript part. Yeah. And another one, get a max value. This file, we do that get a maximum value related to Ajax technology. Yeah. So that's the new features added to this version. JavaScript. Yeah. I just modify some of the functions to the jQuery version. Yeah. All right. So let's run this one, but let's mainly look at these two features, transcript feature and get a maximum value feature. Yeah, but this is the file tab. We need to go to the project. Then we can run. In this place, we can run the selected PHP file. All right. Here, let me show you the new features. New features. Yeah. First, look at the show max. Yeah, see, it works. The maximum value of the first column. Each table you can do that, right? Yeah, each table, maximum value of the first column. Yeah. It's a very simple, I just want to use this simple, the simplest feature to show you how to use the Ajax feature. Yeah. Several other places we also use Ajax feature. For example, edit. This edit part, I already used the Ajax feature. And regarding the Ajax feature, there are two ways. One is the JavaScript way. Another is the jQuery way. jQuery way is a simplified version of the JavaScript way. Yeah, jQuery way, slightly simpler. Yeah. So you can send and receive data, so in a relatively simpler way. Yeah. So these two ways. So that's one. All right. Yeah. Then the transcript. From this view, the transcript we can, I didn't put a link, hyperlink here. Yeah. But for the transcript, so we need to run that transcript file. Okay. Yeah. But after you get that file, so you can use a hyperlink. Put a hyperlink on your home page, and when the user clicks that hyperlink, then you can show that transcript. Yeah. Here we need to run this transcript file directly. Okay. Yeah. All right. Display transcript. Run this directly. Yeah. Oh, something is wrong. Yeah. This feature. Yeah, I need to fix this. Oh, you know why? Because this third one is I added. Yeah. Because this third one has problem. Because the original data there is no. The third one after I add a new user, I also need to prepare the data for other tables. Yeah, because when you do transcript, you need to get data from several tables. If you only change data in one table and you didn't do some related change in other tables, then when you do the transcript, you get a problem. Yeah, I think this one. Because the original there is no user, no student called N. Yeah. So if we let's I think if we here, is it here? Yeah. Here. If we go to the previous one, go to that student, yeah, this N, because I added, but I didn't add related data in other tables, right? Yeah, this user, there is no data in other tables, you know, then the logic get problem. So we should delete it, okay? So here the delete button, delete it. After the deletion, yeah, so now that student is gone. Okay. All right, yeah, so we go back to the original data, okay? Now let's, not here, so here, the transcript is here. All right, yeah, let's refresh this page. Yeah, now it's normal, okay? Yeah, because that data, the logic is not there. All right, yeah, so that's the reason the problem. If we use the original data, so then you can get the transcript normally without any problem. All right, so after I post the code, then you have all the features described in the project description, and only one missing, that's the one you need to write your own code. Okay, yeah. So the other than that missing feature, all the remaining features, I give you the sample code. Yeah. So you just study. Okay, yeah. So you study, you know, make sure you understand. Then, so you only work on that missing feature. Okay, yeah. So multi-row insertion, that feature. All right, so that's this one. But let me continue code explanation last time. So there were several things I feel important, so I want to explain a little more. Yeah. Yeah. So this is our explanation file last time. We used the last time. Yeah. Okay. Here. All right. Then the next one I want to explain. There is one small feature I want to explain. Small data. So related to the data passing. Because in our, when we implement the features, sometimes we need to retrieve data, right? Yeah, we need to retrieve some data. So here, let me talk about that. Yeah. First, let me start with this function we discussed last time. Yeah. The edit feature we talked about last time. Yeah. So look at this, edit this row function, edit this row function. Last time we passed, so look at it, how many parameters we passed. The first two parameter, 1, 2, the first two parameter, the data from the first two columns, data of the first two columns of the selected row in the current table. Yeah. So that's the meaning of the first two parameters. So the data of the first two columns in the current row selected. Yeah, because we'll select one row in the current table. Yeah. Selected row in the current table. All right. So other than the data, we also need to pass the information $J, that's the row number, row index. $J is the row index. Yeah. You need to tell the processing program which row you want to work on, right? So the row index, that number you need to pass to the processing file. So that's the third one. But there is another parameter you also need to pass to the processing file. That is the table number. Which table? What is your current table, right? Yeah. But here you can see in this function, we didn't pass the table information. Okay? Yeah. So here, put no table number. What's the table number? Table number is stored in the $MN, right? That's the current table. So this PHP variable stores the current table number. No table number passed. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Actually, you can pass. If you want to pass, you can use the fourth parameter to pass. Yeah. So the reason I do not pass the table number explicitly. So think about that. Because sometimes you need to pass multiple values to your JavaScript function. But if you pass all the values through the parameters of JavaScript function, then you need to pass too many values, right? Yeah. Too many values. Yeah. But sometimes, so we want to use different way. We still pass, okay? Yeah, but in different way. Or, so here we use in hidden way. In a hidden way. We still pass this value, but not in explicit way, in a hidden way. So here I want to explain this hidden way passing values. Yeah. Some of the values, because some of the values, if we do not change frequently, yeah, so those values relatively stable on the page, okay? Relatively stable on the page. So then we can use the hidden way to pass. For example, this table, current table number, yeah, current table number, when we select the current table, then when we do the work, that number never changes, right? Only when you change the table, that number changes. Yeah. If you work on all the features for the current table, you do not change that table number, right? So that value relatively stable. But for the row number, even you work on the current table, there you frequently change that row number, right? Yeah. So for the data, you need to change a lot, okay? When you work on that page, then you can pass the data explicitly to your JavaScript function. But some of the data piece is relatively stable, then you can use hidden way to pass. Here, what's the hidden way to pass? Pass the table information. Look at this slide. Here, look at this slide. This slide is special, but you can see hidden here, right? You can see the hidden here. So this is the input element. The element is called an input. We'll use the tag, input tag, element, all right? Input element, but the type is hidden, okay? Type is hidden, that means the data you put there, when you view the page, it's hidden. You cannot see it because we make it hidden, okay? Yeah. So that element is hidden. You cannot see anything about that element on the page. But you can use that hidden element to store some information. Yeah. So here, that element will give it ID. The ID is here, ID equals MN, because we want to store that current table, the number for the current table. And the value attribute here, we retrieve the value from this PHP variable $MN. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So we use this hidden field. Yeah. Because you put there, right? Yeah, in that page, hidden element. Then, in your JavaScript function, in every of our JavaScript function, whenever we need this current table number, we can retrieve it. Yeah. Because there is ID in our JavaScript function. Through this ID value, anywhere when we need this value, we can retrieve this value through the ID, this element, ID of this element. Yeah. So let me show you this JavaScript function, how we retrieve it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So here, this is the JavaScript function. Okay. This edit function, right? So here, third one U, but the fourth one, the fourth parameter, we use the hidden way to pass. Yeah. The hidden way to pass, that inside this function, look at the second line, this line. This line, so this value, we retrieve it from the hidden field. Yeah. Yeah. So in that way, so we do not need to pass too many parameters to our JavaScript function, okay? To make it very messy, right? Yeah. So using the hidden way, so we try to make data passing not that messy. All right. So the way to retrieve very simple, okay? Through the element, get element by ID, okay? Yeah. Document, get element by ID. Yeah. Through the ID of the element. Then dot value, just get a value. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. But similar way in jQuery, yeah. In jQuery, there is an easy way to retrieve value. Okay? Yeah. If some student, if you are familiar with jQuery, yeah, and there are some very easy way to retrieve. the value. Okay, yeah. jQuery version. So you can look at my jQuery version. So I convert some of the JavaScript functions to the jQuery version, so you can compare how to do the same thing in jQuery version. All right, then there is another place I want to explain. Yeah. All right. Still, this feature, this added feature, because this added feature so regarding this added feature, there is another special way to handle the data I want to explain. Yeah. Otherwise, if you try to understand by yourself, because I use my special way, so it may not be easy for you to understand my way, my design way, because so special. Okay, we know for programmers, many times they do various special things. Different programmers, they do things differently, right? Sometimes it's not easy to understand their logic. Different programs, they have different ways to implement certain features. Here I want to explain a data passing special way. So still added feature, added feature, there is the part receive data. So we talk about how to send the data. To send the data, we send data through parameters. If you look at this JavaScript function, this URL, this place, we send the data. Send the data to PHP processing file. Here is the get data by row processing file. This is the name of the PHP file. Get the data through parameters. After question mark, parameter 1, FD1, field 1, parameter 2, field 2, FD2, parameter 3, MN, the table, table number. So we send data. Okay? After you send data, you also receive data, right? You also receive data from the server side. So here, I need to explain the data receiving part. But because here, I use some special ways. I want to explain my special way. Added feature, data, regarding data receiving. Way, okay? Special way. How special it is. Think about what kind of data, what form of the data we want to receive. Think about that question. Okay? What is the form of data we expect to receive? This question. Okay? Yeah. Because when you receive the data, there is some specific form, right? Yeah. So that form is, because here when we edit one row, we want to retrieve a row of the table. Yeah. So the form is one row of data in the table. Yeah. One row of data in the table. Okay? Yeah. So what is, when we talk about one row of data, yeah, we need to get the data of all the fields, right? Yeah, because one row contains several fields. All right. So the format of one row data. Okay, the format. Yeah. Here, let me just draw diagram. Okay, yeah. Field 1, then use F1. Field 2, F2, yeah, and so on. Okay, so multiple fields. And the field K, the last field. So that is the format we expect to receive from the server side. Yeah. So the question is, now the question, how do you pass data, or how do you return data from the server side processing file representing data of multiple fields? So here the technical question is, we need to, technical question, return data of multiple fields. Okay, not a single field. Single field, it's easy, right? You return a string. Yeah, right. But here, multiple fields. Yeah. Multiple fields, we know, usually we use an array to store multiple fields. Okay, we need to, usually so at the server side, when we do the data processing, how do we store multiple fields? We use an array. That's very simple, right? But when you need to return, when you need to send an array of data back to the front end, from server side, send it to the front end. How do you send array of data from server side to the front end, right? Yeah. Yeah. Array of data, right? Yeah, we know array is an object. Array has some special structure. Although it's array is very simple, but there is some specific structure for an array. Now, how do you send that structured data? Now, here, our general question is, the general question, GQ, right? General question is, we need to send certain structured data. How to do that? Certain structured data. Okay? Yeah. we have this situation. I want to explain this place. Yeah, relatively hard to understand. Yeah. All right. So this place in web programming. So in this situation, yeah, so there is a, the most popular way to send structured data is JSON. JSON. Okay, JSON. Yeah. So JavaScript object, something, right? JSON. Yeah. JavaScript object. We use the JavaScript object structure to send the data. Okay, to send structured data. So this is the most popular way. Okay, current way. JSON. Yeah. Yeah. So that means we prepare a JavaScript object. Okay. Yeah. So after when we need to send the data back, yeah, so we do some conversion. Yeah. So we convert the data from our PHP array, then we call some special function to format it in a JSON object. Then we send it back. Then in the front end, our JavaScript function, we retrieve a JSON object. Then we retrieve data from that object. Okay, so that's the normal way. So this is the normal way. Okay. Most popular, the normal way people use in this situation. Yeah. But here for this class, yeah, because I do not want to use too many technologies. Yeah. So in this situation, I get around this JSON technology. Okay, although it's important, it's very important. Yeah, it's a nice technology. Okay, yeah. But if I put this part here, then the learning curve, for some of the students, yeah, especially the beginner students, yeah, so they need more time to study. Okay, so for that reason, I use an alternative way to get around this JSON technology. Yeah. So I just use some relatively simple way, yeah, without using the JSON object. Okay. So the way I use, so a simple way. So here I take a simple way. This simple way. So you do not need the knowledge of that JSON technology. Okay, you do not need that. Yeah. So my simple version is I convert that array data, convert it to a string data. Okay, convert it to a string, one string, a string data. Okay. Yeah. I use a string to store that array value. Yeah. Yeah. All the elements in that array, but I store it in one string. One string. Okay? Yeah. So how do I store? Yeah. Because so now the string data. So your string data, you need to store multiple pieces, right? Yeah. For example, you need to store F1, F2, F3, but you need to use some special symbol to separate all the fields, right? Otherwise, how do you know? Field 1, field 2, field 3 value, right? Yeah. So here, I use a special symbol to separate the field values, yeah, multiple field values. Yeah. Then, if you know use some special symbol to separate delimiter, right? Delimiter to separate the field values. Then you can use one string to carry the data back and forth, right? Yeah. So here, let me show you. So after you understand that idea, now you know sometimes when you see some special, look at this special string. Yeah. This special string I use as that special delimiter, okay? Delimiter to separate the fields, yeah? Because this string, I make it a very special, yeah. So the reason I make it so special is not confused with data, right? Yeah. So we do not want to, the goal use this special data is not confused with data. Because we don't want, when we use it, we don't want to, make it messed up with the data. Yeah. So we choose some very special substring as the delimiter. Yeah. All right. So then, so with that delimiter, like this, okay? Very special, F1, F2, F3, and so on, okay? So then in one string, so you can send data of multiple pieces in one string from back end to the front end. At the front end, after you retrieve that one string value, you need to break it into an array, right? Recover that array, original array. So you need to use this, not because now you know the delimiter here, right? So you know what's the delimiter. So you use that delimiter to break one string of data into an array of data. Yeah. So here, in this JavaScript function, so here we use the JavaScript functions split function, okay? See, split. Then you pass the delimiter to the split function. So this function break that returned string based on the given delimiter and break the string into an array. Yeah, so here, row ARR, it's an array in JavaScript. Yeah. All right? Yeah. So now you understand why we use that weird symbol. Yeah. The reason is we use one string to send an array of data. Yeah. And here I get around the JSON way, okay? Yeah, JSON way. So you do not need to be familiar with the JSON technology. Yeah. Otherwise, you need to do more work, right? At the PHP side, you need to convert your array data to JSON object. Then, in this JavaScript function, you need to retrieve the data from JSON object. Then you need to, present your data from that JSON object. Yeah. So you need to do more work. Yeah. So here I use this simple. Although this simple way, it is not as robust as the JSON way. Yeah. It is not as robust as JSON way. Yeah. So here, this is just a temporary solution. Okay. So it's a short-term solution. It's not a long-term solution. Long-term solution, you need to, highly recommended, you need to go to that JSON solution, okay? More stable, more robust, that JSON solution. But for long-term, yeah, not for short-term. So this is a short-term, temporary solution, okay? Yeah. All right. So that's the explanation to help you understand the code better. Yeah. And here, update this function. Because update this function, you need to send the data back, right? So you have the similar situation. You update the whole row, so you need to send a row of data back. So you have the same situation. You need to, this time you need to convert an array of data to a string of data. Okay? String. Here you can see the special symbol I use slightly different from the first one. Yeah. At a dash to dash. Yeah. Yeah. Send it back. So you can choose your own special symbols. Yeah. Yeah. Here I just choose, choose my selected special delimiters. Yeah. Here I use this way. Yeah. Send it back. Yeah. But when you receive a string in this way, so you use a string. Okay. You use a string to carry the data in an array. Okay. Yeah. So then at the PHP side, you need to break it. Okay. Yeah. Similar to the split function, but the PHP function different from the JavaScript function. So in the PHP side, you need to choose appropriate the PHP function to break a string value into array value. Okay, yeah. So actually we can view it. Yeah. Yeah. Because here we have the code here. Yeah. Get data by row. So enter set. Yeah, look at this function. Set data by row. So because this PHP data processing file corresponds to the update feature. Update feature. Oh, let me open this file here. I need to use my keyboard to do it. Okay? I need to connect my keyboard to. All right, yeah. So that's the, corresponding to the update. Update. Look at here. Okay, the PHP side. How do we break? Yeah. So we retrieve the data DAT, $DAT, the variable. Yeah. Yeah, because the parameter name is called a DAT. Okay, parameter name. So we retrieve the string value from this parameter, DAT parameter. So we get a string, $DAT. It's a string variable here. But we need to break it into an array. DAT ARR, we use explode function of PHP. PHP, how do we break it? Yeah, there are several ways. Yeah. Actually, PHP has several functions we can use to break a string into an array. Yeah, here I choose the explode way, explode function. Okay, explode function, then what's the delimiter you use to break an array? Yeah, yeah. So this is the, delimiter you use. Then what is the string value? $DAT. Okay, yeah. So after that, you get an array of data. So here you can see that's the conversion. Yeah. This conversion, we get around that JSON way. So we do not need to, use the specific JSON way to do the data transformation. Yeah. So we get around that part. Yeah. Yeah. All right, but as I said, it's a temporary solution. It's a short-term temporary solution. It's not a long-term stable robust solution. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, all right. So that's what pretty much I want to explain for the sample code. Yeah, sample code. Yeah. So the remaining still a lot of things. Yeah, so here, because today we do not have much time. So today I do not want to explain that Ajax technology. Yeah. So that technology I need at least a half an hour to explain Ajax technology. So I like to do this way for that Ajax explanation. Yeah. I just find my video I did last semester. Yeah. So I have that video. Okay, I can find it. Yeah. I find the video I did last semester to explain the Ajax technology. So then I attach that video, the link of that video, YouTube link of that video after this video. Okay, behind after this video as the supplementary material. Okay, yeah. So if you want to understand, so for those beginner web programmers, if you want to understand the background of the Ajax technology, so you just watch that supplementary video. Okay, yeah. So that Ajax, yeah, yeah. I think approximately half an hour to talk about, the main properties of this technology. Yeah. So then, yeah, because in this sample code, there are several places we need to use Ajax. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So that's what I want to talk about the project. Yeah. Now, if you have more technical questions related to the programming in this project, so you can send me questions. Yeah. So after I get your questions, then I may, provide answers. Then I can post my answers. Okay. So I just look at your questions. So for some of the general questions, so I may, make some documents. Yeah. So documents explain how to solve some technical problems. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's this project part. Yeah. Then next, yeah, I want to complete the remaining part of the indexing. Yeah. Yeah. So here, actually the last topic here. Okay, last topic. More indexing, C.3, more indexing. Yeah. So I need to explain a little more. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So here we do not cover a lot of things in this indexing topic. Yeah. Some very basic background knowledge to help you understand this technology. Okay. Yeah. And the main type of the indexing is the primary indexing. Primary indexing. Okay. Yeah. All right. But so when you read some online articles, it's very confusing. So it's very confusing. So our textbook way, but the online articles, because many different people's, so they write their online articles based on their understand. Yeah. So it could be different from our textbook way. So here I explain the difference, the main difference part. Yeah. So first, we know the primary indexing, this type of indexing, So in the real world application, this type of index is used approximately 90%. Okay, yeah. So you just know, most of the time, the indexing used is in this primary indexing. Yeah. Then there are other than this primary index. Yeah. The remaining part, approximately 10%. Remaining part, approximately 10%. Yeah. Remaining. Yeah. There are several cases. Yeah. So we cannot use primary index to represent. Yeah. All right. Then for the primary index. Yeah. All right. Then I search the web. So I look at how other people describe the primary index. Then I found they describe the structure primary index quite different from our textbook. So here, let me explain. So this is the original table. Okay, all right. So we have many rows, right? Many rows. Yeah. Then many fields, right? Many fields. Right. All right, yeah. So fields. Okay, all right. And when we create indexes, so we can create based on different fields, right? Yeah. Many different fields. So it's possible for us to create indexes. Yeah. Yeah. So when we select one particular field to make indexes, yeah, so then we need to sort the data, right? Sort the data. And but the sorted data we use in the index file, okay? Index file. Yeah, but we do not change the original data, right? Yeah, because we don't want to change the original. So no change in the original file, original table. Okay, so that's what, here I record the situation when we do the indexing way. Now, but here I'm talking about, some online articles, because they describe the indexing technology quite different from this way. Yeah. So that's, I look at several online articles. So I noticed, the difference is quite significant. Okay, so to get a primary index, still they describe the primary indexing. Okay, primary index. So they describe the table for the primary indexes. The way is, first you need to have a primary key. Okay, yeah. So because here in the fields, we do not mention the primary key. Okay, so could be primary key, could be, other fields. Yeah, even not a key. Okay, yeah. Other fields. Yeah. But if it's not a key, then we use another type of index. Yeah, I will talk about that later. Yeah. We have another a few other slides we can talk about. If it's not a key field, yeah, we need to do different type of index. Yeah. So they start. Yes. So this field, the primary key field. Okay. So that's one difference, right? So because when we do not need to work on the primary key field. Yeah. So first, they need to work on the primary key field. That's the first difference. Second, they require the data sorted based on the primary key. Okay, the data ordered for the primary key with respect to primary. Yeah, that's, you know, in those articles they describe that structure. Then the remaining part, you want to create index file. Yeah, so the remaining part the same as our, but this condition to make the usage of primary too restrictive. You can see too restrictive. The most restrictive part is the data ordered. This is most restrictive. Yeah. Because in the real world applications, it's rare the data is ordered based on the primary key. Yeah. If you look at the percentage, how much percent-wise, how much in percentage the data is ordered based on the primary key, right? That percentage would be very, very small, okay? Very, very small, yeah. But because our goal, this primary index, we want to cover 90% of the situation. So it's not a small percentage. It's a large percentage. Yeah. So we do not require data ordered based on any field. Then it's possible to cover 90% of the, you know, real world situation, right? Yeah. But if you require, you know, data ordered based on the primary key, how can you cover 90% of the cases, right? It's impossible to cover 90% of the cases. Yeah. All right? Then you have to use other types. Yeah. If you cannot cover, then you have to use other types of indices, yeah, to cover. Yeah. So that's the main difference. Yeah. So here I want to explain. Yeah. Otherwise, so when you read online articles, you see, you know, quite different from our textbook way. Yeah. All right. Then next I want to talk about if the primary index cannot cover some special situation, then we need to use another type of index. Yeah. You know, some, yeah, we call it dense index. Yeah. Dense. Yeah. That dense, that's the, you know, general class of, yeah. But the specific index type, we have the, you know, different name. Yeah. Sparse, you know, the way to separate dense, sparse. Yeah. Our primary index is the sparse way. Okay, our primary index way is the sparse way. Okay. Yeah. Now we want to look at the dense type. Okay. Dense type. All right. Let me quickly describe this dense type. Yeah. From the name, you can see, you know, the dense thing. Dense index, this has an index entry for every search key. Our primary index, it's not every search key, right? Remember? So we skip many search keys. Yeah. Yeah. The search key that corresponds to the block anchor block. Remember? We have that concept. Anchor block. Okay? Each block of data, we only choose one representative entry. Yeah. So that's not dense. Okay. That's sparse, very sparse. Yeah. So the dense index, one index entry for every search key value. Yeah. And every record. Yeah. Because one search value corresponds to one record, yeah, in the data file. Okay. That's the dense index. Yeah. The primary index is not dense. No, because we skip many records. We only choose small, relatively small number of special records. Yeah. All right. And the primary index, one index entry for one block anchor. Yeah. Remember, one block anchor. Okay. Yeah. So the first row of the first, let's say this, the first, what's that? Block anchor. Yeah. In the first record in that block anchor. All right. That sparse index. A sparse index has the index entry for only for some of the search values. Okay, some of the search values. Yeah. All right. The comparison. Yeah. Comparison. Yeah. All right. A dense index is larger than a sparse index. Yeah. Because for every record, you need to create an index entry. Yeah. So you need more index entries. Yeah. So larger. Yeah. But dense index supports unordered file. Yeah. Yeah. So here, even the data, yeah, so that, for that, the indexing field, not ordered, yeah, unordered, yeah, the dense index, so you can still handle, yeah, unordered file. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And another possibility, so the dense index, you can also cover, yeah, right, right, unordered, right. And sometimes, some field you have duplicate values, right? Yeah, duplicate values. So then you need to use some special type of index for the duplicate values. So here I didn't talk about that, the cluster index, duplicate values. All right. Yeah. So here, just the last two slides to complete this topic. Retrieve a block with a given primary key. Okay. Retrieve block, given primary key. Okay. Yeah. How to retrieve a block? Yeah. Given a search key K of a record. Yeah. All right. Assume primary index is constructed based on the key, the field. Yeah, the field. Yeah. So then to do the binary search on the primary keys to locate the position. Okay, yeah, binary search. Yeah. So, but we know the primary keys selected. Yeah. So here, what I mean, the primary key of the primary index. Okay, the primary key of the primary index. Yeah. Because we only select some of the keys in the primary index, not all search keys, only some of. So you may not find your search key in the primary index, the key part, okay? You may not be able to find, but you can find your search key, this is your search key, between two adjacent primary keys in your primary index. Yeah, here, based on the binary search, you can find the slot, okay, between two adjacent primary keys of the primary index. After you find it, then, because there is a pointer connect to this key. Yeah. So here, require the original data ordered on the indexing field. Yeah. Indexing field. All right. Yeah, but here, original data ordered, yeah, because here, yeah, so here the problem, because original all data ordered on the indexing field, yeah. So this requirement, yeah, in the real world situation, still, we need to consider the probability, yeah, the percentage, yeah, ordered, yeah, based on the indexing field. Yeah. Although this requirement is the percentage a little higher than the, the percentage I talk about, the original table must be ordered based on the primary key. Yeah. So here the percentage is a little higher than that. Yeah. 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 But here still reduce the percentage, in the real world data. Yeah. So this requirement. Okay. All right. Yeah. So then get a pointer P of I to reach the disk block containing the record of the K. Yeah. Yeah. So the record is in this block, yeah. But this block, we use this pointer, okay, all right. Yeah. So then we load the whole disk block into the memory. Every time we load one block of data from hard drive to main memory. Then, in the main memory, we do the sequential search. Well, find the record in main memory, yeah, because in main memory, we won't do the binary search, so we'll do the sequential search, or linear search. Linear search. Because in main memory, first, the block size is relatively small, okay? The block size is relatively small. Second, in main memory, the search is very fast, much faster. So you can find the record very fast, yeah, in a relatively small amount of data. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So then, the major part. Let's look at how much time. Yeah, I almost run out of time. Yeah, let me quickly complete. The problem occurs when data added, deleted. Yeah, because when you data added, deleted, you break the ordered file structure, right? After insertion, deletion. Yeah, how do you maintain your data order? Yeah, the cost is very high. Okay. Yeah. So then the primary index. So you need to make some change in the primary index. Yeah. Move records to make space, but that cost is relatively high. Yeah. Change anchor records in some blocks, right? So that cost is relatively high. Yeah. But if your data amount is not very large, then you can accept it. Yeah. You can accept the cost for this part. Okay, all right. But sometimes the data could be very large. Then this cost could be too high. So more advanced data structure is needed. Yeah. For this course, we do not cover that. So there is a more advanced one. It's a B tree and a B plus tree, okay? B plus tree, yeah. So B tree, B plus tree, yeah. So actually, B plus tree is the improved version. People will use this improved version, B plus tree. Yeah. So then, even for large amount of data, so you can handle the large table and the cost for this part put under control, okay? Yeah, not that high, under control. If you use the B plus tree, okay? All right, so here I do not go to the detail, yeah, so let's stop, finish this topic right here, okay? Just you get some background knowledge about this indexing topic, yeah. All right, so that's how much I want to talk about, yeah. So then next week, Thanksgiving break, yeah, so we won't have class, yeah. But I need to post the homework assignment number 3, okay? So after the homework assignment number 2, so I need to do homework assignment number 3, prepare for your final, okay? Yeah. All right. Yeah.